This program is brought to you by the City of Oceanside. The following program does not necessarily reflect the views, opinions, or policies of the City of Oceanside, its elected officials, KOCT, its board of directors, or staff. This program is underwritten in part by Waste Management of North County in Oceanside. We are dedicated to serving customers and community as a safe, comprehensive service provider, a good corporate citizen, and a responsible environmental steward. Think green. Think Waste Management.
Hi, I'm CJ Demento, your local librarian from the Oceanside Public Library and city staff for the Oceanside Arts Commission. I am pleased to welcome you to the December edition of Oceanside Spectrum, a chance to wrap up 2020 by hearing from some amazing people. First, there's Kent Davy, a very talented journalist and the faculty advisor for the Cal State University San Marcos Cougar Chronicle since 2014. Leslee Gaul, CEO and president of Visit Oceanside, is here to talk about developments in Oceanside and what we might expect in the new year. The American Heart Association's Yameeka Williams with some important reminders about your health and what the new year will bring for their organization. And Mary Baker with Be Well Therapy, providing yoga and mindfulness support to individuals with cancer. Amazing. So stay tuned because Oceanside Spectrum starts now. I am so excited to be here today with a special guest. Kent Davy, a journalist, active member of the community, is here with us today. So Kent, welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
Please tell us a little bit about you, if you would, Kent.
I am a retired newspaper editor.
Yeah.
Was the editor of the North County Times from '96, the fall of '96, through its purchase by the Union Tribune in 2012.
Right.
At that point in time, the North County Times fundamentally disappeared, and I went into semi-retirement, I guess. Now I act as a faculty advisor for the student newspaper at California State University, San Marcos, and then teach a journalism boot camp class for students there interested in learning journalism.
So tell us about the newspaper at Cal State San Marcos, the Cougar Chronicle.
Yeah, the Cougar Chronicle is an opportunity for students at Cal State San Marcos to learn something about journalism in all of its forms of media. They, in a normal year, and obviously we're not in a normal year, in a normal year they would have a print publication, 14 editions a year in tabloid size every other week for each semester. It has an online site that all the material that they produce for print is ported into their online site. Some of it goes directly onto their online site. They have a YouTube channel. They've got Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter accounts.
Yeah.
So it's a multimedia kind of effort.
Okay.
The students usually, there is no journalism program at Cal State San Marcos. So the students typically come from literature and writing, from mass comm, from history, from various social science disciplines.
Right.
And what they get is the opportunity to both engage in a collegial activity and get to know people of a great deal of diversity, as well as those who are interested get the opportunity to actually do some hands-on learning about what it is to be a journalist and how to do journalism.
Okay.
If you're in an academic world of any of the majors, you learn academic writing. Academic writing is vastly different from what being a journalist in journalistic writing is about.
Okay.
And it's a different skill set. It's one that I think has great value regardless of what major you're in or what you want to do.
Yeah.
Learning to write clearly, succinctly, with power, learning to edit that material, learning to see how to form questions, to conduct an interview, to chase data, to think and brainstorm about how do I learn about something, whatever that is. is what, for me, made journalism exciting.
Yeah.
The notion that the world's my oyster. What do I want to do today? What do I want to learn about? Now.
And your students are learning a lot, right? You're teaching them a lot, they're learning a lot, but they need support, right?
Yes.
You're part of Giving Day, which is coming up very quickly, and you want people to be supporting your students.
Yeah, Giving Day is a nationally recognized opportunity for philanthropy.
Yeah.
The university participates in a major way with it, and
Okay.
we'll have a URL that goes to probably 40 or 50 different subunits of places inside the university, groups
Okay.
and activities that need support. One of those will be the Cougar Chronicle. If anyone searches with a search engine, the Cougar Chronicle, you will find the homepage of the website.
Okay.
There is on the homepage a subscription link where if you want an email with each virtual edition that they produce, because we have no paper edition this year because of COVID.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
which is why advertising is such a problem. There isn't any vehicle really to effectively advertise this year or to sell
Absolutely.
advertising.
Absolutely.
If you go to the university's website, which is csusm.edu,
Okay.
/Giving Day, you
Okay.
will find a link to all of the various subgroups that are interested in trying to win your support with Giving
And
Day.
find Cougar Chronicle and support.
Yes.
Right?
We'd appreciate it very, very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Kent, for being here today.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
And we'll be right back with our next guest. Welcome back. Leslee Gaul, CEO and President of Visit Oceanside, is with us. And her organization, Visit Oceanside, has a focus on responsible tourism. So Leslee, tell us about that, responsible tourism.
Well, responsible tourism has become a really heavy meaning today. It meant we've been working towards responsible tourism initiatives for the last few years, but today it obviously has a much more meaning to it. And like everything where we've had to pivot there as well. So really what it meant to us early on when we envisioned it was really how do we create a destination responsibly? How do we create diverse offerings, diverse products? So we're spreading tourism throughout the city. We're not just focused on leisure beach visitors in July. How do we make it spread throughout and positively impact the economy throughout the community year round? And creating, honoring our cultural heritage and our agritourism and those resources and making sure we're being responsible about honoring those and creating those experiences. But with COVID coming along, we also knew it was much more than that, and we wanted to make sure we were educating our visitors when they came to be responsible here. Please respect our culture and our ways and our guidelines. Wear your mask when you visit, respect social distancing. Try to be patient and kind with the businesses in town because this is all new for them as well.
Right.
They're doing the best they can to pivot. So be sensitive to that too as you're traveling because the experience is going to look a little different. So we want them to be thoughtful about that. And then also when you come in, make sure you're respectful of the environment. When you bring stuff to the beach, make sure you carry out all your stuff from the beach and all your trash and everything goes out with you. And just being respectful to the destination when you come to visit. And we'll do the same too. We'll try, our businesses are doing their best to implement the protocols and provide a safe experience for you as well. So it really that meaning has really changed and become really important today.
Yeah, and you've been doing a lot of advocacy for our businesses, right? During COVID and helping to support them in what they do and having a larger audience. And you have some local strategies that you've been bringing on that I just really love. The Dine Oceanside Cooking Show is one of my favorites. Would you tell folks about that, where they can find that, and what that looks like?
So advocacy has always been really important too, and of course we've been doing that full on, trying to be that communication network for our businesses. But we're storytellers, right? We promote the destination, and we felt it was really important to tell those local stories and continue to play that role that we do. It was more important than ever. We kind of focused on what that communication looked like and who our audience was, and wanted to make sure that we were communicating it to the local community and telling those stories. So the restaurants were one of those industries that was hit really hard, and we wanted to make sure that we were telling those stories and giving them an opportunity to have content for themselves at a reasonable cost. So we created the Oceanside Cooking Show, which was really fun and really exciting to do, and I know the chefs were really pleased with how that came out. And then we're able to promote those shows through all of our different marketing platforms. And then, through partnerships like the Oceanside Culture Fest, who aired the cooking shows and gave it more play. So, and we see reinventing those things as in the future as well. Any opportunities that come along, we can integrate that. But just that storytelling, we did a blog series called the Amazing Original Oceansiders, because people were pivoting and they were doing amazing things, being creative, being resilient with Pacific Coast Spirits and their hand sanitizers, and the Oceanside Kitchen Collaborative, and partnering with the restaurants with excess food, to Race Case with the facial mask. So just all those things. So we wanted to highlight those heroes in the community that were pivoting and trying to just stay alive by creating new product. And so being able to tell those stories through a blog that we share through our platforms, as well as through our local media outreach and getting media on our small businesses to help get them through that. And then also instills local pride too to our community and what our business is doing, and hopefully inspire them to come and patronize our local businesses. So
yeah, absolutely. So where can people go to learn more, get a visitor guide, plan a staycation? Where do you want people to go to find out more information about Visit Oceanside and the amazing things that we have here?
The best place to go is our website, visitoceanside.org. You can get a visitor guide, and it's still a popular item, believe it or not. People are still wanting that. But our event calendar is still robust. I know a lot of it's virtual right now, but it still is a popular landing page. And we're trying to meet people where they are, right, in their place, not just physical, but mentally, and having that inspirational content. So the website's the best place to get that.
Okay, I'm going to go visit it as soon as we're done. Thank you so much, Leslee. It's always such a pleasure talking with you and hearing about the amazing work that Visit Oceanside is doing for our community.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right, we will be right back with our next guest.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Oh, Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
Welcome back. Yameeka Williams is here with some valuable information. She's the American Heart Association San Diego Chair. So tell us about the American Heart Association during the time of COVID, would you?
Yes. Yeah. So first of all, thanks for having me here today.
Happy you're here.
Yeah. So, COVID is really been a threat to everyone. It's something that we certainly could have never imagined a year ago we'd be in this situation.
Absolutely.
As an organization, we really want to ensure that everyone understands that all of San Diego healthcare organizations, including Kaiser Permanente, we are all prepared to take care of patients, and that if there's a fear that we understand is out there, but if you need care, we really want to ensure that everyone calls 911 if there's an emergency and they seek care, because that can certainly save your life. And it's important that we continue to provide the care that everyone needs during this time. We've acknowledged that during this time we've seen the health disparities has been highlighted through those that have had less access to care. Also, healthy living in general, as far as healthy foods, taking care of yourself, exercising. Those are all really critical parts of ensuring that you can recover from this disease. So we really want to ensure that everyone is calling their primary care physicians and reaching out if they need help.
Yes, in your notes you said that people aren't calling 911. They're not picking up the phone and saying I need help. But you're encouraging people to do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
What we've seen is there's been delays in care. Unfortunately, during the time of COVID, because of the fear of coming to the hospital, and that can create longer-term, issues if care is not provided timely. It can certainly create long-term effects. And we want to ensure that everyone does reach out and call 911 if they have an emergency, or they call their physician and feel comfortable knowing that they have all the precautions in place to ensure quality care in a safe environment.
Okay, and you're very focused on creating equitable impact. Tell us a little bit about what that is and what that means.
Yeah, so the American Heart Association, we feel like we can create equitable impact by changing policies, by transforming healthcare, transforming communities, leading by all the breakthroughs in science and technology, and changing systems. And so we work with our partners, we work with the community and our volunteers to really get out in the community, identify what those areas are and where we can really impact. Our focus areas in San Diego County have been around blood pressure control, around nutrition insecurity, so food insecure, and also around stopping youth vaping. We've actually made some great strides there this year.
Wow, and that's part of your community assessment that you did, right? For the year 2020, those are the things that you are really focused on.
Yes, it is. And we actually have, have been working closely as a board. We have 16 members on our board, community members passionate about all of these focus areas, and reaching out and working with our partners and actually getting out for blood pressure, getting out, and the self-monitoring is huge. And ensuring that everyone knows, how to self-monitor, working with your physician, working with community partners to have, blood pressure checks. Those sorts of activities that we can work with community partners on. For food insecurity, working with the schools, working with community organizations to provide healthy food. It's not just about having food, it's about having healthy food. And unfortunately our underserved communities tend to have less access to healthy foods. So even working with legislation, passing policies, working with the state governments, and so that we can ensure that our communities have healthy food. And then with the youth, the vaping, we actually, San Diego County just passed a tobacco retail license just recently, so that it helps limit access, especially for youth. The e-cigarettes and the vaping have become really, really popular recently, and they're marketing to kids with all the different flavors available. And so we're excited to try to look at how we can limit that access and be proactive to stop the kids from starting, because once you start, it's very hard to stop. So being proactive.
Wow, great work, great work. And you want people to get involved, right? In the new year, the American Heart Month, Go Red for Women. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so coming in the new year, February is Heart Month. And so we'll have a lot of activities.
Good.
If anyone wants to get involved, we encourage them to find us on social media. AHA San Diego. We're on Facebook and on Instagram. Also www.heart/San Diego. Also. So we really want to have everyone come out. We're hopeful to have events in person at some point once COVID is, not as bad as it is currently, but we are having a lot of virtual events now and activities and ways for everyone to get involved. So we do encourage that.
And reach out and do that.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for some really great information and being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Hang in there. We'll be right back with our next guest.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
thank you for coming back to Oceanside Spectrum. We have Mary Baker and her nonprofit organization, Be Well Therapy. So Be Well Therapy is an organization with a mission to help cancer patients learn to create balance in their bodies and minds through the practice of yoga and mindfulness. So tell us about the benefits of yoga, would you, Mary?
I would love to tell you about the benefits of yoga.
Yeah.
Yoga helps to strengthen our bodies. It helps to create flexibility, obviously. That's why lots of people go to yoga, is to get more stretchy. But on an inside level, yoga helps to create that balance inside of us, mentally, emotionally, improves your sleep, helps with anxiety, helps with your balance.
Yep.
And again, mental and physical balance, right?
Definitely,
And it just gives you this feeling of overall well-being. You walk out of a yoga class and you feel like, oh, yeah, I can handle this.
I can feel that from you.
Right?
It's amazing. It's
Yes.
amazing.
Yoga, yoga, yoga.
So tell us what classes you have for women, and then I'm going to want to hear about your broga.
Yeah.
classes,
Okay.
too.
So actually, all of our Be Well
Yeah.
classes are open to men and women.
Okay.
But a higher percentage of our regular students are women. More women just gravitate towards yoga. And our classes are open to all cancer survivors of any type of cancer, as well as caregivers. They're always welcome to hop onto a class with their survivor.
Great.
So again, lots of women, average age of our women that take our classes in their 40s and up, anywhere up into the 70s, 80s. But then we've got some younger ones gravitating towards us as well because they see the benefits. And then Broga's a new thing for us. We actually just started that this summer.
Okay.
We have a male teacher that we trained, and he is amazing. And we decided we wanted him to reach out to men with cancer because they're a tough crowd to break into to get them to try yoga.
Okay.
And so our teacher, David has just this great energy, and he's helping to reel in the guys and teach them that yoga is not scary and not woo-woo, and it's really good for them, good for them. So they're loving it.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful. And you normally have fundraisers for
We do,
for your
yeah,
organization.
and
right now that's
not
tough
happening.
to do.
Not-
But what do you have, that you're looking forward to in 2021?
So yeah, I think at the top of our vision board, we create one for the nonprofit every year, big old poster, and at the top of that will be our 2021 fundraiser called The Retreat.
Wonderful.
We have it booked at the Omni La Costa.
Okay.
It's a 2-day wellness event, just full, overflowing with yoga and wellness, and it's not just for cancer survivors, it's for anyone who's interested in giving yoga a try.
Yeah.
You don't need any experience. We have all kinds of levels of things that you can choose from for each part of the day, and it helps raise money for our cause, which, as a nonprofit, it's all about raising the funds.
Always
Our
important.
classes are free and donation based. So we have
Amazing.
4 classes that are sponsored by Fallbrook Regional Healthcare District.
Okay.
They gave us a grant, so those classes are free.
Great.
We also have another sponsored by UCSD Medical Center.
Okay.
And then all of our other classes, we just call them donation based, pay as you can. Cancer is expensive. Cancer is devastating to people's finances.
Yeah.
So we want to make it as easy as possible for people to benefit in any way they can.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And you do classes to teach teachers
We do,
to do yoga.
yeah. So
Tell
we
us about
created a
that.
program
What that looks
about going on 4 years now. It's a
Okay.
55-hour training that can be a complement to someone who's already a yoga teacher. We've also trained doctors, nurses, other medical professionals who have a background in yoga. And they take it and they either take it to yoga studios or in a medical setting or one-on-one. And we've created this program. It's specifically tailored in the techniques that we've developed on how to make yoga safe and accessible for anyone who's living with cancer.
Wow, and those are techniques that you have developed
Yeah.
just through your experiences and working
Exactly.
with clients and
Yeah. So Heidi and I, Heidi Borsch is my business
Yeah,
partner, and she and
yeah.
I created the nonprofit going on 7 years ago. We'd both lost parents to cancer. And we knew, because we were yoga teachers already, that yoga would be amazing for people with cancer. So we started working with the population and, just learned over time what's the best way to do all of these wonderful things and how can we really gear it to make them feel safe and successful.
incredible. And you have some amazing video testimonials on your website.
Oh, yeah.
I really, the impact that you've made seems to be tremendous.
Thank you.
So
Yeah,
I applaud
that's,
you for that.
working with those students and hearing them say how much it means to them.
Yeah.
That's priceless, right?
Absolutely.
Priceless.
Absolutely. So tell people where they should go to find out more about
Yes.
your organization.
So to find us, it's www.bewelltherapy.net.
Okay.
And on there you can find our whole schedule. Our entire schedule now is on Zoom. We had to move because of COVID. We used to be out in public at studios and community centers. Now all of our classes are available to anyone from anywhere, which is kind of a blessing, right?
Yeah.
We would have never done that if it weren't for COVID. So
made it more accessible.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So people who are at home, who aren't able to get into a studio, they can take a class right from the comfort of their living room, their bedroom, wherever. And all the information is on our website.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for
thanks
being here
for
today.
having me. Oh my gosh, such a joy for me to share about what we do.
Amazing.
Yeah, thanks.
And thank you so much for watching this edition of Oceanside Spectrum. I feel very grateful to have spent some time with these amazing guests and with you today. If you would like to be a guest on the show, please visit koct.org/spectrum to find out details on how your nonprofit can be a part of Spectrum. Stay up to date with all things North County by visiting koct.org. Thanks, and take good care.
This program is brought to you by the City of Oceanside.